Yes, yet again on the show, guys, we're talking about an esports personality out there saying things they should not do, and this is one of the most brutal stories I think I've covered for quite some time in terms of esports pros, coaches, personalities, people out there in the general esports scene who should be not saying anything at all of this regard. That actually revolves around an Overwatch coach, well known across, I would say, the YouTube content scene, alongside the Tier 2 contenders Overwatch scene, a former coach for XL2, Toronto Esports, currently, I think it's Elo Heldante as well in the Overwatch contenders. And, well, what he's most notably known for is not the best of things, stretching back some information dug up from 2017. So keep in mind, everything dug up he was accused of and admitted to himself is back from 2017. When did he admit to all of this and apologize for it? It was just last month. Yes, in November, he apologized for all this. Now rehashed this morning, though, he has re-brought himself back in the limelight around these accusations in one of the most confusing stories I have seen for quite some time. So sit back and here we go, guys, stretching back to just last month. Again, all the evidence out there dug up from 2017 Discord messages, which he has admitted to. He made this Discord. He surrounded himself with people who always agreed with him, much like the Logan Paul situation. You know, you get a lot of yes men around you. You make some very stupid choices. That's the angle he's going for here. And some of the things he did say in those Discord messages, well, they got pretty extreme, alongside the general harassment of other YouTubers and actually raiding other Discord servers as well. Overwatch plays, Luciano were all involved in that. Most importantly and most problematically, it was actually his viewers who were a part of this Discord who would go around to other servers and say things like this on screen. Obviously a message where, yes, one of his viewers went to a different Discord server and said Roadhog should use his gas on Jews instead of for healing. Yeah, and apparently, according to his own remarks, he actually admitted to all of this. He replied to that in the Discord server, and he was the one who gave it the A-OK. Even worse, though, the worst of probably anything I've had in accusations of any esports member out there actually saying, well, it's on screen for all of you, where apparently IO Stux did admit to saying as well, I want to do some Nazi roleplay with Luciano. I am Hitler, he is the Jew, I'm going to effing castrate him. Yes. Back just last month, he apologized for all of this. He admitted to all of these racist / anti-Semitic remarks. He is an Overwatch contender / Tier 2 Overwatch coach. And you're wondering why as well. He might have rehashed this just this morning. He has now come out after all the apologies. One more time, the timeline for this, all these accusations stretch back from 2017, just over 2 years ago when they occurred. Just last month, he apologized for them and admitted to all of them. He admitted openly he had done some things he should not have done, and the reasons as to why, which I must say very quickly, it was respectful for him to come forward about this, apologize, and hopefully move on and grow as a human being. That's all you can ask for. He even linked all the evidence against him, which you rarely see. And now, just this morning, he's come forward yet again, and what has he done? He has come forward on Twitter and said he did not get retired. He is not retired himself. He actually got canceled by the community, and even more so, he is now refuting everything he said, and everything in those twitlongers was apparently made up and untrue. He's referring to his own twitlonger where he admitted to all the guilt of all the accusations. He is now taking it all back, or at least in some sense he is. He said it all was made up, all untrue, but then he also goes on to state that he is, if people know him, he's nowhere near the person that made those racist comments anymore. If you're confused, it's rightfully so, because I've never seen anything like this. Even more so, he does touch on apparently all the people out there who supported him behind closed doors or behind the curtain who would not support him publicly in fear of supporting a racist, or of course the remarks he had made and then admitted to as well. And then very lastly, I think most importantly as well, he touches on the fact that he wants to be left alone. And I must probably say, you know, based off public and private backlash he has probably faced, a career-changing punishment he's probably faced as well. I feel for him in that regard, but then why come out with this kind of post and deny everything you had said? I thought you were on the tail end of this. You had apologized last month, you admitted to everything, and then you slowly move forward, right? It does not take just a couple of years. It takes many a years to come back from something like this, and then you wait a month and you say, wait a second, everything I said and apologized for, it's untrue, it's made up, it never happened. You leave people really wondering what the heck is going on. At the very end of his post, though, he said he wants to be left alone, and I can give the guy that, and hopefully from now on we can move on from this. It was one of the most confusing circumstances I think I've ever seen. a guy admits and apologizes a month ago, and a month later he takes it all back, kind of, in a sense, and wants to be left alone. I think all I can really do at this point in time is wish him the best of luck for the rest of his career. I don't really blame a team for not approaching this because we have seen that time and time again as well. Most recently, Call of Duty. They avoided a guy for making some regards to mental health, I should say, mental handicaps on a live stream, which was much, much less severe, I would think, than this case as well. So to blame a team or anyone out there for not approaching this guy, I don't think would really make sense. You know, if you're trying to acquire sponsors and viewerships, you probably don't want to acquire a guy who has this kind of background, especially when you rehash it yourself and you rebring yourself in the limelight and try and deny everything you already admitted to. It's a very confusing story. Hopefully going to move on. I wish you the best of luck for your career, but super, super confusing. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. I'll be breaking down other esports and gaming news out there every single day, all week long. Until then, take care. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.